Okay. Here we go. Camera creeps. Camera creep. Episode 2. The case for the camcorder. Take 2. Got distracted the first time by an ambulance. And then I started rambling about flip cameras. So, before I head out of this QT parking lot, I want to state my thesis for this video, which is camcorders, they are obsolete, they're chunky, they're kind of dated, and they have a weird look, and I think that's exactly why you should pick one up. If you're a camera person, if you're over, if you're over the age of 27 or 28 and you remember these things from your childhood, but I think that even if you don't remember these things from your childhood, you should pick one up. They're super cheap right now. A lot of people don't see a lot of value in them because you can just use your phone to record things, but if you're interested in cameras at all, for any reason, I think it's a really cool thing to have. I'm gonna get into like why I think they're cool, or like what the point is, or why you would even bother. But before I do, I want to just say, like, this whole series is gonna evolve and change, and I'm not really sure exactly how I'm trying to do this. So for the time being, I want to keep separating myself voiceover wise from the visuals you're seeing. So all the visuals you're seeing are stuff I shot with camcorders. Obviously the stuff from the little characters in the middle, the triangle footage, the little circle footage, everything was shot with camcorders, except obviously the stuff from inside the miniatures. I used my Insta360 Go 3. So just for context for what you're looking at, because I know last episode I don't even think I knew what the visuals were going to be when I recorded the audio, but I just finished editing together all the visuals, and so now I'm presenting my thesis here for this little video essay, I guess we can call it. So, episode 2, the case for the camcorder, and I just really want to explore why the camcorder is good, why you should buy one, why it has an interesting place in camera history, and what the differences are, because I think for a lot of people, a camcorder, to some people, you're thinking of high eights, big ass motherfucking rigs that you'd use for skating, or, you know, quinceañeras or bar mitzvahs if you're from the East Coast. I don't think a lot of people remember that towards the end of the usefulness for camcorders, not too long ago, back when phones could only record, videos on phone, you couldn't just hit your phone to record. It would record half an hour of stuff. The memory on a lot of cell phones, even smartphones with good cameras, was pretty limited back then, and getting long video footage, it wasn't easy to do until, it wasn't something that's ubiquitous until now, right? In the last 4 or 5 years. So camcorders were really reserved for those dorky dads who want to record family events, for skaters who are trying to do compilations, people that are, maybe an actor would have a cheap camcorder so they could send in auditions. I remember using my fucking friend's camcorder because they wanted to submit audition tapes, and they wanted a better quality than their phone. And these are the kind of things that you don't think about now in the 2025 world, but even 10 years ago, having something that could zoom and had had in-body stabilization, these kinds of things we take for granted now, but the camcorder really was a cultural touchstone. I mean, so much so that in Not Another Teen Movie, the camcorder guy was like a parody of American Beauty, you could say. But that archetype existed. That type of guy existed for sure. The guy who always had his camera on him with his cargo pants and was filming everything. I've sort of turned into that guy, ironically or unironically. But I think the thing that used to be, we have like teenagers who were fucking hyper nerds recording, you know, the exploits of being young, recording all sorts of shit back before, you know, cell phone video was a thing, before you could do that kind of stuff. And so the camcorder has this very like specific look to it, has a specific echoey, tinny sound to the microphones. It has a specific just vibe in general that I think it's so beautifully and deliciously nostalgic, especially for like a lo-fi look. So if you're looking to get into any kind of like videography or recording any kind of video footage at all, even whether it's a visualizer, it's for music, or just like fucking around, or video diary stuff, or even stuff to post to social media. I mean, getting some of these older cameras, it's not that hard to get your footage onto your phone. So if that's a barrier for entry, don't be scared. A phone I bought from a Goodwill auction, online, their online store, it's kind of like eBay. I might do a whole video on like how to buy cool shit from there. But I bought another camera, and as a throw-in, they had this camcorder in there, the Sony one, that has an app that you can connect to. And it's probably outdated as fuck, but I'm pretty sure you can just transfer your videos from that app to your phone, and maybe even control the camcorder with your phone. So like the myth that like you need to get a really fancy camera and try really hard for social media posts, or just use your phone, like there is fun shit you can use. I use it all the time. I use weird different cameras to get all sorts of different things that I post, whether they're photos, videos. Like this video on YouTube in particular is full of camcorder footage and action cam footage. I'll probably do another one that's full of cinema footage. Like don't be afraid to experiment. And I think if you've never experimented with different types of cameras to use, I think the camcorder is like the perfect entry point. If you're not trying to take photos and you're mostly concerned about recording video, and even if you are trying to take photos, you just want to use something weird and nostalgic, you want to be a cargo pants guy, like just fucking roll the dice and get one. I picked up 2 or 3 in the last month or so, just going to Goodwill and looking around. So they're out there, they're pretty cheap. I would say snag one while you can. If you're a fellow camera enthusiast, definitely lean towards the Sony stuff. I mean, Sony's been making camcorders for pretty much fucking ever, and their shit is impeccable. Their image quality is impeccable. The ease of use is impeccable. The fucking tech in those is still impressive to this day, almost 11 years later. So that's my case for the camcorders. This video wasn't as long because I was only going QT, but that's basically what I want to say is, like, if you can find a camcorder, buy it. If you're interested in getting into making dumb shit for the internet, don't just use your phone. Go out there, get something fun to play with. And this video does well, or if you want to know more about the analog camcorder world, let me know. Comment it below. Tell me that you want to see some analog shit. Let me know what I should talk about in a future video. This camcorder one was a little shorter, but I'm really proud of the visuals I did for this one. So yeah, I think I might just like let it play a little bit with some music after I'm done talking. And I think I should really pay attention to how I parallel park instead of ending this video. But I'm going to end this video, or not end the video, but end my part of the video, and say thank you for listening and watching and loving. and keep on creeping. Keep on camera creep. We're going to come up with the catchphrase, but episode 2, a lot more confident, a lot less angry. Get a camcorder. That's pretty much the whole point of this video. Is I think camcorders are cool, and you should buy one if you find one for a good deal. Peace.